one Adeola Fayem, who alleged on social media and Instagram that I, a member of this house, collect basic salary of 2.5 per month, furniture allowance 7.5 million per month, newspaper allowance 1.2 million per month, wardrobe allowance 621,000 per month, recess allowance 248,000 per month, accommodation allowance 4.9 million per month, utility allowance 828,000 per month, personal assistant allowance 621,000 per month, and so on. And very interesting for you to know that this Adeola Fayehun does not reside in Nigeria, he's in UK. And this is the same person, December time, when one of our colleagues, maybe by mistake, said trailers of rice were given to members of National Assembly. This same lady was spreading it everywhere that you should ask your representatives, where is your trailers of rice? So if this house does not take a stand on this and take a if the house cannot take it as a case against her, I, Elder Leke Joseph Abejide, will take it up with her. Because in my own constituency, this is what is now spreading around, that I take this amount channels at a time, I put up my salary to the whole world for them to see. What is it that we are hiding? We are not hiding anything in this holy hallowed chamber. I want to bet you with you, there are some members that cannot survive more than 5 days with their salaries. Even before the end of the month comes, the request from your constituent has already taken over everything. And somebody who does not reside in Nigeria will be instigating the general public against us. And then we will be quiet. This is the privilege that has been breached against me. And I believe by extension to all members of this house. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues.
Themselves in frying pan purely based on the first statement made by Mr. President that has snowballed into this very situation, which we found ourselves that we cannot control any longer. What am I saying, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues? That Nigerians today are crying hunger everywhere based on a simple statement of subsidy removal that has made the entire economy into serious confusion. Therefore, I have not seen an economy as a finance expert where depression and inflation go in opposite direction. By the time they jam themselves, we cannot manage what will come to this country. Depression and inflation go in parallel line. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, the people I will thank most specially is not the labor union or us. I'm thanking the entire Nigerians for their patience. For their patience. This may not happen in most of our neighboring countries, and we remain like this. I want to thank them for their patience, and I want to urge them to continue with this, their patience. And finally, those who are going into negotiation, who are in negotiation now, I want them to have a benchmark in their negotiation. And that benchmark, I'll suggest, the price of one bag of rice is 75,000 today. Let it be the list of negotiating. And now put into consideration school fees of individuals, family, put into consideration medical aspect of families.
Round up, leader.
If you put those, and those of them who don't have houses of their own, and put it into, I don't want to stand here to say federal government will put their salary into it, but let price of bag of rice be a benchmark from where they will stand and negotiate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving.
Republic of Nigeria, because even before the negotiation proper started for the minimum wage, there has been other palliative on the ground to alleviate the suffering of the Nigerian workers and the populace. Mr. Speaker, I just want to go quickly that the primary aim of any government, first is welfare, security. This is what is enshrined in the Constitution. And so I want to align myself with those who are of the opinion that this matter should be resolved as quickly as possible through every other means to ensure that we have a peaceful nation. Mr. Speaker, the law of Nigeria recognizes that as a person, you are entitled to one wife, 4 children, and then your mother and father. These are the things that you are entitled to take care, even in the tax relief or whatever. These are the indices and the factors given to us. And so by implication, you are supposed to have that minimum wage that will cater for this number of persons. And I want to say that, sir, yes, women have tried in the past, women is trying now, but then we have to do a lot in order to cover the trenches. If you are to take the school fees of the 4 people that are aligned to you to pay their school fees as a laborer, and you have a 60 or 50,000, will it be okay? Will it take you home? If you are to take the cost of transportation to your own office, and if you are to consider the feeding opportunities they are supposed to get, let alone take care of the health facility, this is not tenable. I want to appeal that, yes, we have done much, and I don't want those who are thinking that it is only Nigerian workers. One worker, by implication, have contact of more than 20 persons, if not 40, if not 50. And I'm saying, whatever you are giving to a Nigerian worker, one person, you are not giving to him. You are, by implication, giving the addition of the other people who are also online, who stand to benefit from what you are giving him. And I also want to say that whatever we are going to do should be tenable. Mr. Speaker, industries that have been closed down. I want to tell you that, but the various policies, which mean a lot, and they are meant to enhance our own living. The revenue that government is now generating, that is given to states and local government, which is not trickling down, and some of them are arguing that they don't have the money to pay. From the petroleum subsidy, the amount of money being generated, I believe the Nigerian worker is entitled and he should have the best of living so that he will give us his best in terms of contribution. Mr. Speaker, I don't want to believe that we have to wait for agitation to happen. Do not forget what happened during the answers. All of us, we are running helter-skelter, and this should not be allowed to happen before the right thing is being done. My take is that government should resolve this matter as quickly as possible, taking factors of what I have mentioned. I am sorry, I'm coming from the Labour background. I also have this party, and I want to say that what is going on now, yes, I appreciate Mr. President. He has given money a lot to the state governors and others. Today, some of them are celebrating their 1 year in office by just saying that they have given fertilizers to their people, not giving them good living conditions, not giving them infrastructure development, not giving them what is supposed to. Mr. Speaker, respect colleagues, I think we need to stand and speak right. This is the Nigerian Parliament, House of the People, that will speak for the people and for the people only, because they gave us this mandate. It's not by our qualification, by our status in terms of our society that we're here, but by their votes. And those votes mostly, largely, are canvassed. When we want to go for election, we look for the Nigerian Workers Forum to canvass with them. But now we are speaking for 2 sides of the mouth. I think it's not right. Mr. Speaker, respect colleagues, I want to say that Nigerian workers deserve a living wage that can carry home. Thank you very much. I so submit.
Thank you very much. Yusuf, you are the last, please. Make it brief.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yusuf Gagdi, Panshinkanke, Kanam Federal Constituency. First, Mr. Speaker, briefly, I commend you. This is an opportunity given to Nigerians to know, given to us, to tell Nigerians that we are either representing them or not representing them. Sir, I have tripartite approach to my submission, because it is a known fact that the strength of every democracy world over is dependent on the capacity of its parliament or legislature, as the case may be, because the Constitution recognizes parliament, legislature as the first tier of government, arm of government, before the executive and the judiciary. The crafters of the Constitution, therefore, sir, have wisdom in identifying parliament, legislature as the first tier of government, because parliaments are supposed to be, like the Right Honorable Ahmed Idris was did mention, people's house, the representative of the people. But in as much as we are here to represent the people, our primary mandate again is to make laws for peace, order, and good governance. Mr. Speaker, we must be proactive. We should not only advise government, which I will do briefly, and advise Labour. As Parliament, we should equally advise ourselves. What the executive are doing, in my own opinion, they are carrying out the responsibility of the Parliament in the form of public hearings. The Trade Union Act is an establishment of the National Assembly. It is meant to be reviewed periodically. Why do we allow situation until the sector is being suffocated before we begin to blame one person or another? Whereas the Constitution of this country, the mandate of the people of this country, have empowered us to call that law periodically to checkmate it. Executive can call labor leaders at the round table, but sir, it is not enough. If you call public hearing, you will be inviting the entire stakeholders to negotiate on the subject matter of a living minimum wage. But when you allow executive to do the function of the parliament by refusing to amend the laws that are obsolete, that need to be adjusted at periodic level, we are bound to face these challenges. But be that as it may, Mr. Speaker, I am aware of two laws established by National Assembly: the Trade Union Act and the Trade Dispute Essential Service Act, particularly Section 2, which states clearly that trade unions should not engage in activities that suffocates or obstruct or disrupt the